van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Boys News. God bless everybody that is watching segment in English. I will do in Spanish video as soon as I finish this segment in English. How's everybody doing? Hope that you guys had a fantastic weekend. Today is Monday, April 19th. We are live in Tijuana, Baja California. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. The Biden administration, let's get right into it. My God, people, holy cow, how many times you got to change your mind? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Are you going to... it's a complete mess. A complete catastrophe. Every day, it is a complete mess. They don't even know what they're doing in terms to immigration. They think that immigration is a challenge. They think that, that immigration, it is like a trophy. They think that this is a game, really. And now, all of a sudden, they were going to adapt to the number cap per asylum people per year. And ultimately, they were going to follow what the past president, Donald Trump, was doing, that only 15,000 refugees was going to be allowed. The Biden administration, let me tell you how it is. Who controls the Biden administration? And let me just be clear with you guys how this is playing out. The Biden administration, it is controlled by the activist groups. It's not controlled by what Joe Biden says. It's not controlled by what Kamala Harris says. It's controlled by these activist Congress people. That they're activists. They're not congresswomen, really. They're representing Congress, but they behave like active fighters, activist so-called journalists, activist organizations, these non-governmental organizations, these NGOs. They are the ones that they're pushing Joe Biden to change. You know that they got really upset when Joe Biden said, we're going to respect the policies of what the past president had, that is only allowing 15,000 refugees per year. They got immediately upset. My God. Whew, immediately. Like this. Why? Why? You were going to change everything. You're being the same person. And then, not only that, you got Jen Psaki saying that they're going to militarize the border of Honduras with 7,000 people, the border of Guatemala with 1,500 police, military, and the borders of Mexico with 28,000 police, military. How in the hell is that? How in the... So you were not for creating a better pathway for migrants. You were just using that for people to just make you think that you were a good guy and to get into the presidential seat. Now, what am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about right here, people. This is what I am talking about. This article was released by the Rolling Stone. And it's saying right here, just for everybody to know, he was going to keep it at 15,000, but then he started getting pressured by the NGOs that they're the ones that control this movement. For everybody that think that the activists don't have right now the power in the United States. In Mexico, they don't got no power. But in the United States of America, they have now decision. And it says, White House reverse a course, will lift the Trump refugee cap next month. He already said, this is the Biden administration. They don't know what the hell they're doing. He already said that he was going to respect the number of refugees per year, per year. And now he changed it. They don't even know what the hell is going on. And they were saying, oh, yeah, we're going to create a better pathway, but you militarize, and you say that you were going to militarize Central America and other countries. These countries don't even have an agreement with you. They haven't even talked to you. And then you got the president of El Salvador that doesn't even want to receive you in his country. But now you're trying to pander to the situation. And what is, let me just make it up, man. I got to make it up. I got to do something for these people to not to jump on my case. I got to do something. You know, what should we do, Kamala? Don't worry, Joe. You know, you said that you were going to keep the refugee cap in 15,000 like Donald Trump was doing. Yes, you know, we cannot admit one. Now we got all this influx in the borders and move it to 62,000. What the hell? That's a big number. Just crank it up 4 times more and you will make them go calm. Do it. They're jumping on my neck. I don't know what to do. And now you get this man that it completely changed his mind. And right here it says, look what it says on the bottom. After a backlash following an announcement about refugee policy, the White House released a statement that by May 15, President Biden will raise the number of refugees allowed in the country this year. That number, which was set by President Trump and currently capped at 15,000. When announcing that Biden had eliminated Trump-era policies that limited the types of refugees allowed to enter the U.S., the administration said Biden will keep the refugee limit the same as under Trump for the current fiscal year, for this year. But guess what? The administration received a backlash from Democratic lawmakers that these are the NGOs. Look what it says right here on the bottom also. That it says that not only he received backlash from Democratic lawmakers, but from also activists and experts hours later. These activists, these non-governmental groups, that they are operating in our country of Mexico, they're telling the president of the United States how to handle the immigration situation in a foreign country. Holy moly, man. Whew, my God. Holy cow. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at this, what it says right here on the bottom. And it says, not only that lawmakers and activists and experts, they are receiving backlash. Right? The Biden administration is receiving backlash because of that. But it says hours later, the White House walked the statement back, saying that Biden will raise the cap. La chinga. Ay, cabrón, este güey no sabe ni lo que está haciendo. You know, hours later he came out and oh my God, this is a joke, man. This is a joke. Oh my God. So he goes back to these, we're going to stand firm on the refugee cap per year on this fiscal year. And we're going to stay firm on 15,000 per year. Kamala, shut up. I got it. And Kamala probably shaking his head like, oh my God, he doesn't know that the activists are the ones that they're controlling the country. Look at Black Lives Matter right now. Look at Minneapolis. Look at all he doesn't know that the activist groups control the country. Then he goes back to this office. Joe, you need to increase. We're going to get some backlash. We're already getting some backlash from activists and also from NGOs and from all organizations. We need to go back and raise the cap, raise the refugee cap. And then he goes back. And then the woman that said a statement last week saying, we are going to militarize Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Mexico. That most racist and inhuman comment about Jen Psaki saying, we are going to make it more difficult for them to their journey. Basically saying, Jen Psaki, make them suffer. Make them suffer. Possibly just implying Jen Psaki, that is, make them suffer. Basically, that's what Jen Psaki said. And again, she comes out and says, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in a statement that it seems unlikely the country will be able to process the 62,000 plus refugees Biden pledged to let in, considering the climate refugee admissions program we inherited and it burdens on the Office of the Refugee Resettlement. During the presidential campaign in February speech, the State Department, this is a joke, man. I'm sorry, audience. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as much as serious as possible, but over here that we are suffering the consequences. We are in the border in Mexico, and we are the ones that we're suffering the consequences of these people that they're just continuously changing their mind and they don't even know what to do. It is just comical. This is really comical. It says, during the presidential campaign in February speech to the State Department, Biden said his administration would let in as many 125,000 refugees into the country during its first complete fiscal year. Then he changed his mind. And now you're seeing that he changed it to 15,000 to what Donald Trump had. Then now he changed his mind. As you see, he's saying that he's going to let in 62,000 per fiscal year. Do they know what they're doing? My question, legitimate question. Do they know what they are doing? Do they know what they're doing? Really? Do they know what they're doing? In the past administration, let me tell you something. In the past administration, for all of you that you're asking, the past administration didn't do anything. No, so. The past administration did not sign the Globalist Compact of Immigration, and you did not have 18,000 unaccompanied minors in 1 month. You did not have 175,000 illegal entrances in 1 month. You did not have the cartel dropping little young girls through the wall or sending an infant in a water raft through the Rio Grande. A total catastrophe. This administration does not even know what the hell they're doing. Chingao. No saben qué están haciendo. And the ones that they're suffering are Mexicans that we live on the other side, that we live in Mexico, and that we are seeing that this man is incentivizing for more people to come when the borders are the ones that they're going to take care of this. And we are incentivizing for these activists, radical activists, that they need to be arrested in our country of Mexico for working without a permit in our country in violating COVID restrictions of essential and non-essential crossings, and ultimately for, you know, all the things that are happening in the migrant camp, that a lot of Mexicans have spoke now of what is happening in migrant camps. These activists are telling the migrants, don't leave the migrant camp. Don't go to the shelters. They're going to mistreat you at the shelters. Stay in the migrant camp, because right here in the migrant camp, we can provide everything for you. Like an anonymous zone. Amazing, huh? Do they know what the hell they're doing? So you're telling me, first and foremost, let me remind you, this guy, I remember, for all the leftists that they are in here, or, you know, people that they are defending this man, I remember his debate telling Donald Trump that there was no trafficking of children. Now, it is inevitable. It will be a really ignorant person if you cannot actually see that there's trafficking of children right now. And it has been obvious for the longest of time. 1, 2, he opened his mouth and he said, I will create a better pathway for migrants. Okay. Now, those two statements, let me remind you, those two statements. Let's go to the second one. Better pathway. He said that he was going to let in 125,000 per year. And then ultimately, also, he was going to let in 300 per day on every port of entry. That it was only, he decided to open 3 ports for asylum. That is Tijuana, Juarez, that is with El Paso, and also Bronzeville, that is with Matamoros. So everybody started flowing to those 3 ports. Now, let me remind you what has happened. This man just told Jen Psaki and Kamala Harris to militarize the border. I think that they were calling Trump a dictator back when he had an agreement, Donald Trump, with President AMLO, our president of Mexico. He had an agreement with him saying, we're going to militarize your borders in the south door and also the north door. Please send the National Guard, because this is getting out of hand. If you don't militarize it, I will tariff you with 5% on the avocado, on the beer, and on the automobile industry. We got that, right? Immediately, the Democrats and the liberals and the activists started criticizing Trump. My God, he's a narcissist. My God, he's a xenophobe. Oh my God, he's such a racist. He's militarizing the borders. All of a sudden, when he gets into office, everything changes, because Jen Psaki last week said, we are going to militarize Mexico. Not only we want 15,000, but we want 28,000 around all the borders. Not only that, we're going to militarize Honduras with 7,000 police military. Not only that, 1,500 military in Guatemala so they can back up the caravans. Now, do you see some liberal, some AOC, some Veronica Escobar, some Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, all these liberal congresswomen, do you see any one of them saying to this man that he is a dictator, that he is a narcissist, that he is a fascist, that he is a xenophobic against migrants, and that ultimately, do you see somebody telling him that he's a racist? And do you see somebody telling Jen Psaki, because Jen Psaki said this, and it is written, and it's a statement that he said. Jen Psaki said, you know what? We are doing this militarization because we want to make it more difficult for them on their journey. Meaning, make them suffer, and make them suffer so they will not come to the U.S. and they will stay over there. Is somebody saying something about this, man, about that? Everybody just kept quiet, huh? And now, all of a sudden, they were following the past administration that it was only 15,000 per year, that it was Donald Trump allowing that because he knew about the globalist compact of immigration. Then nobody's talking about that. These lawyers from the over here that they're working. Oh my God, you talk about the globalist compact every day. And why don't say anything about it? Because you don't want to talk about it. Because you don't want to. You don't want to talk about the globalist compact of immigration because it doesn't fit your narrative. And because you want to keep violating and making money, and all these non-governmental organizations and all these nonprofits and all these activists, they are pushing the suffering. Let's put more people on the migrant camps and let's show them that we're suffering. Oh my God. We need the 4 billion. Send them, Biden. Send the 4 billion now, please. Then Joe Biden said, we're going to follow the refugee cap to 15,000. Just 15,000. All of a sudden, all of the activists said, like, what the hell? Why? You told us that you were going to put 125,000. What happened to the promise that of 125,000 to all the migrants? What happened to that, Joe? He goes back to the office and talks to Kamala. We cannot have that, Joe. The activists are up in our butts right now. You know, we can't. The activists. How in the hell? When have activists had power over a president? It is the first time that I see that activists and lawmakers have power over a president. Have power over a president. It is amazing that the president is letting a president of the most capitalist country in the world, the president that is for the most powerful country in the world, and now it's not, because according to China and the statements of Xi Jinping and their governments and the statements of other globalists, they're saying that China is the most powerful in technology, the most powerful in the military, and the most powerful economically. But in my eyes, the United States still is the most powerful country in anything. The most powerful country, it is letting activists control the president. Holy cow. It is letting these organizations like Black Lives Matter, like BAM, all these Pueblos Sin Fronteras, all these organizations, they are the ones that they control the decisions of the president. Because if the president does not put attention to the activists, if the president of the United States does not put attention to the activists, remember the vocabulary that I was telling you about. Remember the vocabulary now. This vocabulary, people, the American audience right now, to all you people, the United States citizens, this is your vocabulary right now. This is your life now. If you don't accept me, you are a racist. If you don't help me, you are a xenophobic. If you think only of your people first, you are a narcissist. If you only are not caring for nobody else, you are a fascist. And this is not a border crisis. This has to do with a capitalism crisis. And this is ultimately a climate crisis. This is the language which they demeanor in which they blackmail people now. That's how they do it. And if you don't comply with what these activist groups they're saying and they're doing and how they are managing, you are all those terminologies. That is their folkloric language of these activists, progressive activists. And they trying to bring it over here to Mexico. No, hombre. Aquí en México se la van a pelar. In Mexico, it's not going to happen. But in the United States, yes, you can manage that. In the United States of America has really adapted to that language. And now that This president has adapted to that language. He lets the activists, as this article says right here, it's not only me, it's the article that is said right here on the bottom. Let me just read it again for everybody that is watching. It says, when announcing that Biden had eliminated the Trump-era policies that limited the types of refugees allowed to enter the U.S. administration, said that Biden will keep the refugee limit the same as under Trump for the current fiscal year. But the administration received backlash from Democratic lawmakers, activists, and experts. Who in the hell cares about the activists? This is a decision for the country of the United States of America. Who cares about the activists, really? Do you care about the activists? This is for the sovereignty of the United States of America and the sovereign nation of other country that is your neighbor, that is Mexico. The activists have decisions of what the president needs to do now? Holy moly, man. What the hell is going on? Do they know what they're doing? That's my question. Do these people know what they're doing? Do these people know what they are doing? Somebody right here commented, and I want to answer his comment. It says, Mexico serves as a red carpet to America, going on for too long. No, sir, I'm sorry. You're wrong. You want me to bring you back to history, and you need to read a book. You want me to bring you back to history where this globalist compact of immigration started? It started in the Barack Obama and the Joe Biden administration. That those ones were the first ones that got the United States into this predicament, into this mess. And it is the administration that deported more Mexicans than Latinos, so he will have a business of getting deported, coming back, and going deported. Back and forth. Going to enter and then exit. Enter, exit. Enter, exit. Enter, exit. Read a little bit, so when it started. And if you want to take it that way, can you please tell your president to please stop incentivizing people? So now, because of your president that opened your mouth, the responsibility is on Mexico for, fixing your problems of your president? Ah, caray. Let me get this straight. So because of your president, Biden opened your mouth and said, I'm going to let 125,000. Mexico needs to fix it, John. Yes, Biden is a Democrat. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, I don't care. I'm in Mexico. You're in the U.S. That's your president. That's your president. He's a United States citizen. That's your president. I don't care if he's a Democrat, Republican, or liberal. That is the one that is leading your country right now. Yeah, but I don't agree with that. He's not my president. I don't care. I live over here. I need solutions. Yeah, you need to fix it over there. So I need to fix your problem? Yes, you do, Mexican. The hell? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Abran los ojos. This is a globalist compact of immigration that it has a purpose. That has a purpose, and the purpose is to destabilize the borders and to ultimately to not exist anymore. For borders to not exist. If it had the ultimate purpose of helping migrants, do you think that they would be suffering right now in Honduras on their journey walking? Do you think that they will be walking from Guatemala? If they had the ultimate purpose, if the United Nations and this globalist compact of immigration had ultimate purpose of helping migrants, do you think that migrants will be walking on by the thousands for miles and miles and miles through jungles, through seas, through deserts, through mountains? Like Jen Psaki just said the other day, I will make their journey more difficult with the purpose of what? So they can suffer and they can return back. It's just amazing. They don't know what they're doing. And the only ones they're saying what this man should do, it is the activists. So I wanted to tell you something. This is the migrant camp right now in Tijuana. In the migrant camp in Tijuana, what they're saying right now is that they want more migrants to come. You have a migrant camp that is ultimately right now more than 2,000 people right now right here. I wish that I can put a picture right now, but I don't have the picture of when it was with no tents. Now it is. You guys remember when I started going to the migrant camp before they getting this, radical, and before the MS-13s, have now taken over this place, and before they're taxing people 350 pesos per week to stay in a tent, and before they're starting taxing, people to put a little store, a convenience, like a swap meet store. This is actual video of the migrant camp right now. How it has grown, and how these activists, not only they have power on what the president of the United States needs to do now, but they have taken the ultimate decision right now on doing whatever they want in our country of Mexico. They think that everything is okay. They think that they're managing that place. We have elections right now for governor and for mayor. Guess what? Guess what is going to happen? As soon as the elections finish, they're going to bring this to the table, because a lot of people have complained about this. Look at this video. I have a couple of videos for you to see on how this migrant camp has grown so much, man. And the taxi drivers and ultimately the people that live there, they have had it. They don't want it anymore. It is affecting their lives. It is affecting their daily day on a daily. Do you see the part right here underneath the bridge? There were no tents there. There were no tents there. Another one. You guys can how it has grown. You see this part? I was right there not too long ago, and there was space for cab drivers to go in. There was space for cab drivers, because that is what they live off. They live out of the tourists that they come out of the United States of America. This is how it looks right now. Look at this. No space whatsoever now. It is a city. No space whatsoever. And they want to push the more narrative to bring more people. You know why they push the narrative for more people? These activists, what they want to do is you push the narrative with more people, and then you incite and you motivate for Joe Biden to release the money. We need the money. We need the money, man. We need it. They're not here to, oh my God, let me help and let me see and let me do and let me Poor people that they live on this migrant camp, man. I feel for them, really. All the migrants that they have been taking advantage of this migrant camp, I feel for them. The problem is the activists, not the migrants, the activists. El problema son los activistas, no los migrantes. El problema son las organizaciones americanas que vienen y trabajan sin permiso en nuestro país. Estos activistas, those are the problems, the activists. Now look at this video. Look at this other one video. This is a video that is going to shock you on how the migrant camp has grown so much. How the migrant camp has grown so much. And you guys are going to be amazed that there's no space, and it is like a city inside of these tents. Look at this. Look at all this, man. Holy cow. It has grown so much. So much. But they are telling now, you got several shelters that they're saying, you know what, Biden betrayed us because he said that he was going to let us all in. Now he's militarizing our borders. And I want to do this video in Spanish because directly it goes to those people that they're inside that camp, that they're trusting these activists by them saying, tomorrow it's going to open. Tomorrow it's going to open. Tomorrow it's going to open. No, it's not. This is what they do. They create chaos. They create a catastrophe so they will get the money. This is chaotic right here. And it is affecting a neighborhood now. And it is a complete organized people that they're taxing migrants per tent per week. I would like to say hi to Miss Irene Armendaris Jackson. Thank you so much, Miss Irene, for joining the live feed. She is a congressional candidate in the city of El Paso. Thank you so much, Miss Irene, for this, for your time. God bless your heart. This is a complete catastrophe, man. You're telling me that you don't know what to do anymore because you just said you were going to let in 125,000 people. This is the camp right here, right now. The camp. All these people have been waiting and waiting and waiting for your decisions, or why these activists are renting the tent because people go and come back and there's the tent empty, so let us rent it. This is just amazing. But now you have Jen Psaki that they are for the migrants, they are for preoccupying for other people's lives, and they are for all to help other migrants. But you got Jen Psaki saying that they want to militarize Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador and Mexico. Where's your better pathway? Where is the I want to create a better pathway for migrants? Where is it? Did it went away? Did it wash away? Did it disappear? This is how much it has grown. The quantity is just unbelievable. And they're talking about more than 500 children, unaccompanied, more than 500 minors in this particular part. You know that you cross that bridge that is on the top, and 2 blocks from that bridge, it is Prostitution Avenue. That is called Coahuila. That is the Prostitution Avenue that I was doing a report in the week, where last week there was an organized group putting banners on electrical posts and on business doors saying that they were hiring 15-year-olds for them to later on be prostitute. And if you wanted to get in that business, call this number. And if you wanted to be a part of that business to a 15-year-old, call that number. That ultimately trickled into the municipal and ministerial police to do a whole operation in the whole Revolution Avenue and also the Prostitution Avenue that is called Coahuila. But it's not that far away from the migrant camp. And if you got more than 500 minors, close to 500 minors, close to the migrant, in the migrant camp that are close to those kind of banners, what kind of a security you're offering to minors? But you want this to continue. You want this to go and you know what? We're gonna keep the cap for refugees at 15,000. Then you go back and say 62,000. Then you were saying it before 125,000. Like, which one is it? This is not Bob Barker with The Price is Right. Really, it's not. These are human beings that they're waiting for a promise that you promised them. These are human beings that they're suffering. These are human beings. And then you got Jen Psaki saying on her statements on the White House that they're deciding to militarize the Triangle of Central America to make the journey more difficult, practically saying so they can suffer. You have this right here. This is your result. Who's going to fix it? The government of Mexico should fix it. Okay, so we need to fix that problem now? There's a lot of nonprofits that they're coming over here to the camp, which they are helping. And I'm not going to say there's a lot of nonprofits that they are really good. And I have seen one of them specifically that is called Tijuana Sin Hambre, that is called, in English, is Tijuana without hunger. And this nonprofit goes and helps not only Mexican people, poor people, but it helps whatever. It's just the humanitarian help to help humans to fulfill their belly. And these people, these and other nonprofits, they have been helping and helping and helping and helping. But you got activists from the United States that with the purpose they're doing. Stay here, stay here, stay here. There are a lot of shelters in Tijuana. There are a lot of shelters in Tijuana, but the activists from the United States, they don't want the migrants to move to the shelters. And they're talking about they'll move to the shelter. You know why? Don't move to the shelter because across the street, you got a lot of lawyers that they are basically telling you what to do and, telling you how to achieve the asylum and the refugee. So they're right there. So don't move them. It's a business right there. So don't move them. Don't let them go away, because if they go away, we got to go and, and search them. And it is more difficult for us to the case. And oh my God. And all of that. Plus the activists, not only that, plus the activists say, oh, no, you're sending the people to shelters. So where's our money, man? We're not going to get anything out of this. No. Like the shelters are going to get the help. And what are we going to get? We're not going to get anything, man. What the hell, man? Estos güeyes piensan que uno está tonto, que uno no ve lo que están haciendo. These people think that we're dumb, that Tijuana citizens, we don't know what they're doing. These activists. Oh my God, you're so QAnon-y. Like the Democracy Now! Said about me. He's so QAnon-y. He's so QAnon-y. Doesn't it sound QAnon-y to you, conspiracy theorists? Okay. Tell me about the conspiracy theories right here. 1, 2, tell me about the trafficking of children that has been happening. And tell me about your current administration, what they're doing. Do they know what they're doing really right now with all this? Unbelievable, people. It's just unbelievable. This is an actual picture of how it looks. This is how it looks. Right here. Así se mira. Parece la ciudad de Abastos de ahí de acá de. It looks like a huge swap meet. This is how it looks. Do you actually think that migrants prefer to stay right there or to be living at a shelter where they have a warm bed, where they got warm food in the morning, or they prefer to live right there? Who do you think they has them brainwashed to stay right there? This is unbelievable, huh? These activists, they make them think, stay here, they're going to open tomorrow. And if you stay here, they're going to give because before the political asylum number was right there. So they make them think, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. Tomorrow is going to happen. Tomorrow is going to happen. Tomorrow is going to happen. In the meantime, the 4 billion are coming. Somebody saying, Oscar, you are yelling at us like we did this. No, señorita. First and foremost, I don't yell. That's the way I talk. And I've been doing, I think that you're new to my broadcasting. That's the way I talk. Second of all, it is not you and it is not nobody else. It is the current administration. Understand what I'm saying. First and foremost, don't get into your feelings with me, because I'm not a Republican and not a Democrat. I'm a Mexican citizen. Understand it. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. I like to explain the things as they are, and and as practically as we see it. As a Mexican citizen and as a Mexican resident, born and raised in the city of Tijuana, I'm watching in front of my eyes how these activists from the United States of America have taken the decision on taking over a particular part of our city and plant themselves there, and to ultimately, basically do whatever the hell they want. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Somebody saying, Oscar, please post this on YouTube. I'm live at both platforms. I got 142 people at YouTube. I want to say hi to all the people at YouTube. I got 142, and I got 310 over here in Facebook. So I want to say God bless every single one of you. Thank you for watching. How's everybody doing, man? Questions. Somebody wants to ask a question real quick. I will answer it. Wow. My question to you guys because we have a problem over here in our country of Mexico. You guys have a lot of problems right now. One of the problems that the United States has right now is the current administration, which they don't know what the hell they're doing with immigration. That's the number one. And if somebody gets offended and, oh my God, he's such a QAnon-y. First and foremost, I don't believe in QAnon. I have said it multiple times, and a lot of people get upset because a lot of my followers, they like QAnon and they like all that conspiracy stuff. And it is not conspiracy. It's number 17, Oscar. Okay, whatever. All right, you believe in QAnon. All right. Congratulations. I don't see no QAnon face. I don't see no QAnon human being. It's not a human being. It's, oh my God. Ándale, pues. Believe it. I don't believe in QAnon. I believe in actual reporting and actual facts. That's what I believe. And, seeing it, touching it, smelling it, everything. I believe in that. So after seeing after this year, how it has started, I will ask this question because we in Mexico, we have a lot of problems, man. In the United States of America, they have immigration problem right now. They got the Black Lives Matter situation with radical activist protests in Minneapolis. Holy cow, they want to take away your Second Amendment. They want to, kind of like make it look like it's just, they're trying to change the Second Amendment in your country. Well, it's a lot of changes that are happening economically, financially. The COB virus that is happening in your country, how it has affected, trying to boost the economy again, trying to make it happen. There's a lot of things that are happening, but those problems like immigration is not a priority in Mexico. Mexico has so many problems that our problems are, I had a live feed and I was out and I was talking about it. They found 5 human remains in different 5 spots this weekend. It was the most bloodiest weekend since the year started. 5 places they dropped 5 human remains. Heads, arms, legs. There was a mass, more than 10 people got shot. A family of 6 got shot in another municipal city of Tecate. Cartel activity, insecurities, the missing of the assassinations towards women, missing women, the abuse towards women in our country. It is absolutely out of control. We have so much problems. That is the number one. That is insecurity. We are living in fear in our country of Mexico. A lot of people in our country of Mexico, we are living in fear. We cannot go out late at night to the store. It is not as easy as it was before. They're implementing this idea that this is normal. So for you to adapt it, there's a lot of, there was a shooting. Yeah. Again, another one. Hey, bring me a beer, Juan. It's like they're trying to make it normal in your head so you can adapt. Oh, they found a chopped up body over here in the corner. Ah, sí, otra vez. Estos güeyes están cortando. It's normal. It's normal for us. Yeah. Hey, you, Juan, bring in another one, Juan. Like, oh, yeah, girl one went missing again. Another one. Hijo de la, están bravos, están bravos. They're out there, man. They're out there. You got to be careful. Bring me another beer, Juan. Like, they're trying to make it look like that. They're trying to make us understand, and they're trying to make us think that this is normal. Our government of Baja California has suffered so much in this year. Tijuana is categorized again for the third year in a row as the most violent city in the world. And another city that it was not even on the top 5, it was Juarez. Ciudad Juarez now is on number 2 for the most violent cities in the world. Go and check it. Fact check me, please. Go and check it. And Mexico has 5 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents in the world. Ciudad Juarez. You got Juarez. Let me talk about Ciudad Juarez. This is my second home. Ciudad Juarez. That you got El Paso, one of the most secure cities in the whole United States of America. And you got, in the other side, is Ciudad Juarez, the second city most violent in the world. That is, right now, suffering a lot of cartel activity, missing women. Exactly the same situation which is happening in Tijuana is happening in Juarez. But it's more randomly happening in Juarez. And you got a person on the other side that is saying, we don't need border security. We need more abrazos, no balazos, like AMLO says. We need more hugs and no bullets. That is Veronica Escobar. She doesn't know what the Border Patrol is suffering. She doesn't know what a municipal police officer in Mexico is going through, a ministerial police is going through every day. She doesn't know anything. Stop the construction of the wall. That wall is full of hate. I didn't see you, Veronica, when Barack Obama was building the heat sensor wall over here in Tijuana. You were not complaining about it. Or back in George Bush, that he also built a wall, which it was not as the Trump wall in this administration, the past administration, but it was a wall. He built a wall. Also, George Bush Jr. Also, I didn't see you complaining with Clinton was president that he built a wall over here. And I can go back in pictures in Clinton, and I can go back in pictures in Bush. I can go back in pictures in George Bush, the father. I can go back in pictures in time and show you that every president has talked about border security. Even your Barack Obama's talked about border security. Even your current president, Joe Biden, talked about border security. And he was advocating for the wall. And now you got a city which is concerning because the Mexican government is so under corruption right now with the organized crime, with the cartels and all this kind of stuff that it is inevitable to control it. And you got it on the other side, which if you put the example on the other side of the border, and this is a domino effect for all these Congress people, they live in the border and they don't live in Mexico, for God's sake. If you put security in the other side of the border in the United States of America, it will have an effect on Mexico. So Mexico will react to that effect. You secure your border, Mexico government will be doing exactly the same thing. You make it more open, you make it think that is nothing happening, that everything is okay. This is what happens. Holy cow. This is unbelievable. Mexico has so many different problems that the United States has so many different problems. Mexico has the security problem, the corruption, the salary, the weekly pay, the gas prices, and it has so stressful to live over here. But we love our country. We love it. Amamos nuestra tierra. We love our country, and we're not leaving it. We love our country, and we're fighting for it. But it's so stressful to live over here. And then you add another problem, and then you got the problems in the USA that now they're having an effect on our borders, and you're like, when is it going to stop? It's under the obligation of the citizens. It's under the obligation of us to bring every problem to light and to start talking about it and to not be afraid about it. This is what the activists on the United States of America, they try to do. They attack you. They go on their platforms. They talk about, they try to do exactly the same thing to me. I talked about my past, like, I don't know how many times, and they brought it up again, and they talked about my past, and, oh my God, he was busted. We're doing this at the border. And I'm like, okay. Oh my God, again. All right, have fun. Have fun. So they try to do that. They try to implement fear in your mind. And it's a tactic. It's a tactic. Fear tactic. That is consistently not going anywhere. It is under the obligation of us to be courageous and to go out there and to not let these people oppress us. Because they talk about oppression, but they're doing the oppression. They talk about dictators, and they're being dictators. These communist people, nobody has talked about how Vladimir Putin changed the constitution to become president until 2036. He's a communist. Alexander Lukashenko in Belarus, more than 26 years. As a president, communist. Hugo Chavez, more than 15 years. And now you got Nicolás Maduro that doesn't want to leave the power in Venezuela, communist and socialist. Nicaragua, Ortega, more than 10 years, communist and socialist. Evo Morales in Bolivia, communist and socialist. In Chile, you got the same problem. In Ecuador, you have the same problem. 10 years, communist and socialist. And these communist, socialist people, they want to talk about dictators, but they are the dictators themselves. They're the ones that they're dictators. You got these Nancy Pelosi's. How many years she has been in power? Like 20 trillion years? Probably she met the T-Rex back in the day. We don't even know. How many years Joe Biden was in power, for God's sake? How many years Rashida Tlaib is going to stay in power? Ilhan Omar is going to stay in power. Veronica Escobar is going to stay in power. Do you know how many years Alexandra Ocasio is going to stay in power? How many years Gavin Newsom is going to stay in power? How many years all these people are going to stay in power? How many years? And they talk about dictators, but they're the ones that are dictators. It is an effect. It's a psychological war, man. I affect you. I make you think what you're doing, but I'm doing it. You're the racist. You're the xenophobic. You're the la, but I'm doing it. That's what they're doing. We need to wake up. Wake up, people. God bless everybody that is watching. I extended my live feed for a little bit, man. Extended my live feed for a little bit. I didn't want to extend it that long. Because I got to do a Spanish live feed right now, and sometimes I get tired. Pero es bien importante hablar con nuestra gente y decirle lo que está pasando también. Es bien importante, lo más importante. It's really important to talk to our people and to tell them what is going on, man. Really important. So after this live feed finishes, I will be doing one in Spanish so they can know what is actually happening and what is actually occurring in our cities and in our countries and in our borders. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at Orbeez, YouTube, Parler, Facebook, Gap, Rumble, Instagram. He has a lot of platforms. Follow him at all platforms. Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow me at Instagram as Oscar El Blue. After I finish the Spanish live feed, I will be doing a live feed in Instagram for the people that I have some little followers in Instagram. I have some people in there, but a lot of people are telling me, hey man, I don't watch you at Facebook, man. And I sometimes I watch you at YouTube. I only use Instagram. So I got to, go over there and do my little rant over there on Instagram. So I will be, giving the news for you guys and information on Instagram after I finish the Spanish live feed. So follow me at YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. A lot of people are saying, hey, I cannot comment at YouTube, man. For God's sake, subscribe to the channel. You can comment. So subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook as my public figure page is Oscar El Blue. And also I got Rumble over there. I'm using it little by little. So God bless you all. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment to talk to you guys. It is an honor, and es un honor y es un orgullo ser latino y mexicano. It's an honor to be born in Mexico and to be a Latino. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.